Good evening, everyone. It is October 18th, 2013, and this is FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Braden Robinson.
And I'm student meteorologist Tawana Andrew, and we have a very jam-packed show for you today.
Absolutely. FAMU's homecoming weekend coming up. It's going to be maybe a rainy weekend with a cold front becoming stationary coming into our area. We'll go ahead and kick things off out in the western Pacific, though, with Typhoon Francisco.
Yeah, that storm is just churning up a whole lot of mischief and havoc over there in Guam right now. It's currently a Category 4 storm with winds up 155 miles an hour, guys. That is intense.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about some rapid intensification. 1 or 2 days ago, we were just talking about Category 1, Category 2 typhoon, but now we're looking at winds of 140, 150 miles an hour.
That is just absolutely scary. Schools are closed in Guam, so are banks. And the worst weather was actually expected to affect them at around like 3 p.m. today. So the worst is over, but it's not technically done yet. They still have a whole lot of that storm to deal with.
Absolutely. After you see a landfall or even an eye coming close to shore, you're going to have those strong storms. But even after that passes, you're still going to have those feeder bands just spinning through, bringing that rain and showers over the next hours after the storm passes.
Yeah, it's following the path of Typhoon Whippa, which killed 17 people when it hit Japan. So Japan has a lot to look forward to right now.
Yeah, we're talking about Western Pacific has definitely been jam-packed today. We're going to go ahead and send it out to the boards, and I will give you a quick overview. Looking at your national radar right now, we are seeing a lot going on out by Texas and also out by a couple showers out by Tallahassee. Northeast looking pretty quiet right now, but that's going to change as this cold front starts to move out to the northeast. We'll go ahead and go into your weather headlines. And hey, we're looking at rain chances on game day, unfortunately, but it is an away game, so you're going to be able to go inside, maybe bring in, have a nice cup of hot cocoa, watch the Clemson game. But for those of you going out to FAMU's homecoming, just be aware of the rain. Muggy evenings coming in over the next couple of days, so it's going to be humid. So make sure that you have maybe a towel or something. I know sometimes I don't like it to be that sticky outside. A cool down coming next week, which is going to be pretty nice. Tonight, 66 degrees. Rain chances linger. Patchy fog until about 2 a.m. And tomorrow, 82 degrees. Game day against Clemson out in South Carolina. FAMU's homecoming up here as well. We'll send it back with me and Tawana right now. And we're going to talk about, we just talked about Typhoon Francisco. But in terms of Florida, no landfalls in almost 8 years compared to hurricanes.
That is absolutely crazy. This hurricane season has just been so calm. There's been a couple of storms that just come through our area, but nothing really severe. 40% overall of all the hurricanes that impact the U.S. have impacted Florida, but just not this year, it seems.
Yeah, this year has been pretty good for us. Of course, we had that threat at one point of Tropical Storm Karen, but that did happen to just kind of fizzle out. Didn't bring much in our area in terms of rain.
No, and there's only 1 month left, but a lot can still happen in that 1 month. The latest hurricane to ever make landfall, was near Thanksgiving. That's pretty late in the season, don't you think?
Absolutely, and also just remember, Hurricane Sandy last year, pretty big hurricane, a late October hurricane, so we're not out of the clear yet. Casey, let's send it back out to you, see what's going on around Tallahassee.
Thanks so much, Braden. Today we got to 86 degrees outside. That was a little bit above our average, but right now, though, it's actually cooled down because of some of that rain-cooled air in the area we're sitting. Currently, at this hour, Tallahassee, 76 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, some moisture in the atmosphere. Your dew point, 72 degrees, humidity, 88%. Those winds a little gusty up to about 7 miles an hour. Temperature across the region, a little cool because of that rain in the area, 76 degrees, of course, in Tallahassee. Coastal regions, a little bit warmer, 82 degrees in St. Mark's. Also 80 degrees in Carabel. Further west we go, a little bit cooler as well, 78 degrees in Wilma. Now, a local reader across the region currently shows, at the present time, some rain in parts of Franklin County, around areas like Wilma, also parts of Gadsden County, starting to move out of there into parts of northeastern Leon County. Now, Futurecast does paint the picture pretty well that there will be some rain and thunderstorms continuing over the area throughout the evening. We'll monitor that for you here. Not expecting anything in the way of severe weather whatsoever, though. Temperature 74 degrees. Tallahassee, around 8 p.m. tonight, those temperatures will cool down as we get later in the evening. That stationary front parked over the area, bringing some of that moisture, in fact. Across the area, 69 degrees tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. in Tallahassee. Areas to the north around Montgomery, 58 degrees. Even further to the north, areas around parts of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, 48 degrees. Now, Futurecast does show this cool front starting to move through our area. However, we will see some lingering moisture from this that will continue to occur in our area even after the cool front. Now, in terms of that beach forecast for your Saturday, those winds out of the south at 5 to 10 knots. Surf 1 to 2 feet, not too much of a factor, so maybe not too much of a surf day if you go to the beach. So if you do, 7 is on that UB index, so there could be some rain around, so may not be too much of a beach day for you. Now in that boating forecast, we have waves 1 to 2 feet. Those winds will shift from the south to the northwest, in fact, and days are getting even shorter now. 7:02 p.m. is that sunset. Now in tonight's forecast, 66 degrees, your rain chances will linger. There will be some patchy fog. That'll be starting around 2 a.m., so make sure to drive safely and be safe if you're going around the area. Now tomorrow, we'll get up to 82 degrees. It's game day for FSU and also a FAMU's homecoming as well. Make sure if you're going to that, take the umbrella. And in that 7-day forecast, we'll see temperatures in the low to mid 80s and then cooling down after that cool front does move through our area. But right now, we'll take it over to Shane with a look at the southeast.
Thanks very much, Casey. Well, we're going to broaden our gaze a little bit and take a look at the whole southeast. And honestly, the story for Tallahassee is the story for the southeast. The cold front is moving in. We see considerable increased clouds in the sky, and intermittent chances of rain will persist throughout this weekend. Let's focus in now on where we are right now. It's 76 here in Tallahassee under mostly cloudy conditions. And rain has been experienced already this afternoon. It's considerably cooler behind the front, 69 in Little Rock, 72 in Shreveport. So we'll see that cool down here in the capital city after this front and all the rain associated with it pass out. Now, here on our radar, we do see the front very clearly defined. All these bands of rain moving across the southeast and the clouds associated with it. And we stress again, we will expect a lot of precip this weekend. Not a complete washout. We won't be seeing rain for like hours on end, but expect intermittent showers of rain as some steady light rain for bits of time. So just not a very good outdoor weekend. Our water vapor map, these shades of green indicate all that increased moisture, again associated with the front moving into our regions. And now as to what's to come, well, let us take a look at our futurecast, which is given here over a temperature map for the whole southeast. The stationary front will continue to, as its name implies, remain stationary over our region, with moisture remaining with us for the weekend and early next week. And this cold front following it will mostly slide up north out of our way, but the cold blast associated with that front could bring us some pretty chilly lows around this time next week, maybe even as low as into the 40s, but that's yet to be seen. And then we will see some high pressure systems continue to move into the southeast, and showers will linger into the morning hours on Sunday. So just keep your umbrellas and rain gear handy as we move into the rest of the weekend. And now bringing in some specific numbers so you know what to expect. Here's 67 tonight in Tallahassee, or tomorrow morning rather, when we get up to cheer on the Seminoles. And it's going to be considerably cooler, looking at 64 in Wilmington, nearby to Clemson, where we'll be cheering on the Seminoles as they take on Clemson. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 84 here in Tallahassee, 74 in Atlanta, and generally gorgeous weather across the southeast, mildly cloudy as we cheer on the Seminoles again. And now let us send it back to Tawana and Braden at the desk.
Thank you, Shane. Now we're going to talk about what happened a month ago in Colorado, those devastating floods in that area.
Absolutely. And you remember us breaking this story to you about a month ago. Colorado floods were crazy. Boulder, Colorado just got leveled by those floods.
Yeah, but now, on a happier note, those bigger cities like Boulder and Loveland and Fort Collins, they're bustling again. Everyone's moving around and cleaning up and getting everything in the way it used to be. But the cities of Glen Haven and Drake, they're the most devastated, and It's just absolutely horrid out there right now.
Absolutely. A lot of buildings and roads still unsafe to travel on. A lot of people not able to get into their homes still. Yeah, it's just devastating, unfortunately. They're still feeling the impact of all that rain that they got.
And the government shutdown did not help them. They didn't get any money in that whole situation, and that's very devastating. I feel bad for them, but Raquel right now is going to tell you what's happening nationally and tell you about those storms.
Thanks, Tawana. Well, the big main factors for this week, at least for the East Coast, is going to be that stationary front located in the southeast and the high pressure systems that will follow it in the Midwest. Now, that stationary front is going to remain stationary for the next couple of days, and that's going to be responsible for our area and parts of the South, including Texas, Louisiana, and parts of South Carolina, to see pop-up showers this weekend. So hopefully that will not affect our knolls. The Clemson area, however, will not see too much of that rain. They will see fog, and that is due to just the low gradient between the temperature and the dew point, and that will be responsible for the fog. There is a few pop-up showers in the southeast, again, due to the stationary front, and that is just going to move its way through into the weekend. Behind me, though, is another system, just a lot of snow just covering the Midwest, and that's actually bringing a freeze warning to a lot of parts of the plains. So for Kansas City and Denver, you might see a lot of snow showers and or rain chances tonight. Again, those watches and warnings, as I mentioned, we do have a freeze warning in parts of Oklahoma and a hard freeze warning. Now, a hard freeze warning means that it's more severe than just a regular freeze warning, so that might actually affect your crops. As we just head over to the South Carolina region, Charleston is going to see those pop-up showers tomorrow because of the stationary front. However, Clemson's starting to look pretty swell. There is that patchy fog, as I did mention. However, we will not expect too much rain tomorrow. Taking a look at Louisiana and Texas, we do have that moisture just coming out from the Gulf, and that stationary front is just acting like a magnet. It's just attracting all that moisture. For North Dakota, we do see a mixture of rain and snow, and we're going to continue to see that for the next couple of days. And again, as I mentioned, for parts of Kansas and Colorado, you're going to see that mixture of rain and snow, and that's just going to push out of the way as we head into later this week. A nice national view of where all the precipitation's occurring for tonight, or for airport delays. There's not too much going on, and we're not expecting any delays tomorrow. For tonight's forecast, a nice nice cool start for us. 67 degrees, Atlanta 56, and New Orleans at 63. Now, I'm proud to present our new member to the FSU Weather Show, Mr. Jay, and he's going to be presenting our local. Now, Jay, can you please tell us more what's going to happen locally?
Thank you, Raquel. As we look at today's almanac, we look at 86 degrees, a low of 766. Overall, it's been kind of rainy, kind of cloudy, but again, as the cold front coming in, bringing colder temperatures this week, and also throughout the week, it's going to be a lot cooler, and it's going to be a lot of rain as well. As we look at current conditions, 76, mostly cloudy. Again, like I said before, it's bringing a lot of rain, so it's making a lot cooler temperatures, unlike the past week that we have it bringing a lot of humid. As we look at current temperatures, it's been 76 in Tallahassee, 75 in Quincy, 80 in Monticello. Overall, it's been nice, cool temperatures. Again, because that cold front coming in, it's bringing nice, cool temperatures. Dew point hasn't been as high as it usually has been earlier this week, but it's still bringing some very muggy weather to Tallahassee and Monticello. But unlike if you're in Valdosta or Mariana, 67, 66, very cool dew points. As we look at the satellite radar, you see that cold front coming in, bringing a lot of moisture and a lot of rain. So it's bringing some nice scattered showers to us, some definitely much needed rain that Tallahassee definitely needed. And as we look again at the cold front, is bringing a lot of moisture, so make sure you have those umbrellas and those raincoats handy just in case. Look at the futurecast. Rain and thunderstorms are predicted throughout the rest of tonight and through the weekend, as Florida plays Clemson and as FAMU has their homecoming game. So they're very excited about that, I'm very sure. As we look at Saturday, early in the morning, it's going to bring a lot of rain, so make sure you have those umbrellas handy, because you don't want to get wet as you have your game celebrations. And as we go into later on to the beach forecast, it's going to be rainy, so I wouldn't recommend going to the beach, but if you do, make sure you bring that sunscreen handy just in case. 7, so make sure you have those sunscreen handy, because you don't want to get roasted and kind of burnt out there. I look at the beach boating forecast. If you want to go out boating, it wouldn't be recommended because of the rain coming in and the cold front. But if you do, it's going to be winds from the southwest, and it's going to be nice go boating for you. I look at tonight's forecast. 66, rain chances lingering. So make sure you have the raincoats and the rain boots handy because you don't want to get wet out there as you have your celebrations later on today. Let's look at tomorrow's forecast. 82, game day. Take that umbrella with you. You do not want to get wet out there. I look at 7-day forecast. Overall, it's going to be rain throughout the weekend, but if we go into later on this week, it finally has nice cool temperatures, and it's going to be nice and cool temperatures as we go on later on. Now we go send back to the desk with Casey and Shane.
Thanks, Jake. And let us be the first to offer you an FSU Weather congratulations on your debut. Very well done. And now, Casey, we have some lunar matters to discuss, right?
Absolutely. The full moon is after the harvest moon on October 19th, known as the Hunter's Moon. In fact, that is tonight. This is accompanied by a lunar eclipse. This is going to gradually begin. It actually started to begin around 5:50 this evening, and it's going to peak around 7:50 this evening, Shane.
Yes, and the eclipse is expected to last till about 9:50 to 10 this evening. Now, unfortunately, given our forecast, it's supposed to be pretty cloudy this evening, so it might not be a great night for stargazing, but any of you dedicated astronomers may want to give it a try to see if the clouds break at all.
Absolutely. We'll watch that closely. It's going to be cloudy. Also, intrepid astronaut may watch for some breaks in the clouds. But right now, we're going to go ahead and take it to around Florida with Braden.
Thank you, Casey. We're going to take a quick look about what's going on around Florida, a little bit around the southeast as well. Current temperatures looking at 76 in Tallahassee, still those cloudy skies after that rain. 82 out in Jacksonville, a little warmer out in Orlando, 88 degrees, 85 in Tampa, 86 in Fort Myers, 84 both in West Palm Beach and Miami. Current winds looking at 5 to 10 miles an hour throughout the region, coming out of the east, basically everywhere except for Tampa and Fort Myers. You see that sea breeze coming out of the west. Key West, the breezy spot at about 12 miles an hour. Check out your current satellite and radar locally, and you can see those showers that came through our area starting to dissipate. We're still seeing those clouds, showers around Monticello, Wilma, maybe a little sprinkle around St. Mark. But Tallahassee for now is looking pretty clear. Water vapor imagery for your southeast. You see a little dry over central Florida, moisture starting to build in Tallahassee, a cold front starting to become stationary over our area, going to bring us showers over the next couple of days. But I'll point you to this little spot right here around Texas, a lot more moisture around this area, and that is what you're going to see on our satellite and radar with the southeast. And you can see rain showers moving through Texas on their way to the east to New Orleans. You could see this cold front kind of come together, break apart a little bit, but you still have a couple of those sprinkles and definitely those clouds as that front becomes stationary over our area. Your futurecast radar with your Adonis temperatures on top, looking at 80s right now in Florida, 30s you could see up in the northeast. This stationary front is going to stay over your area. Another cold front is going to dip down a little bit, bringing even cooler temperatures to the Midwest. But this cold front is not going to really have the strength or the ability to come by us. It's going to move its way to the northeast, and high pressure is going to build in over Tennessee, going to bring us cooler temperatures as this cold front moves down to the south. Temperatures in the 50s Sunday morning, and we're going to be talking about 40s toward the middle of the week as we continue throughout the rest of the week. Checking out tonight's forecast, 72 degrees in Orlando, 68 in Jacksonville, 67 in Tallahassee, 64 out in Pensacola, and we are going to see these temperatures drop for our area. But down here, we're going to keep it a little warm, 78 out in Key West, 74 West Palm Beach, 76 in Miami as well. For tomorrow's forecast, we're looking at 89 in Orlando, partly cloudy skies, 88 in Tampa, 90 out in Fort Myers, 88 in West Palm Beach. We're going to be seeing that rain still, 84 in Tallahassee, 83 in Jacksonville. That cold front really is going to bug us over the next couple days before it starts to get its act together and move through our area. But we're going to be seeing those rain chances on the rise, definitely some cooler temperatures over the next couple of days as that cold front does start to move through. And then the rest of your week is going to be looking nice, drier, and some cooler temperatures. We'll go ahead and send it out. A lot of people going to Clemson today, Raquel. What's going on travel-wise? Are they going to be looking for a good drive out there?
Well, maybe not too much of a good drive. We do not have any airport delays. However, if you are making those travel plans by car along I-10, you might run into a few pop-up showers. Nothing too much, again, showing on our airport delays. You're not expecting any travel plan. Maybe you're not even traveling out in a plane. Again, maybe if you're just traveling in a car, you're going to run into those pop-up showers, and that will extend along I-10 into I-95. So you might want to just be aware of that. If you are making those travel plans, you might want to make them earlier in the day when the visibility is a lot better. If you are traveling to Clemson, there is some patchy fog in the area, so you might also want to be aware of that. You might want to keep those low beams on. And again, that is all due to the stationary front that's extending all the way from Louisiana into South Carolina. And that's just going to stall out for the next couple of days and bring us that moisture. As soon as it starts making its way through and those high pressure systems just start to push the stationary front through, we will expect cooler temperatures. Tonight's forecast, we're going to be sitting comfortably at 67 degrees. Montgomery is also going to be joining us at 57. They're just 10 degrees cooler, but they are also experiencing those cooler conditions. In New Orleans, they're experiencing temperatures in the 60s as well, 63. And Little Rock's at 52, the coolest one of all of us. Tomorrow's forecast, we're just going to warm up slightly. We are expecting those rain chances to linger. So as we mentioned throughout the show, you might want to carry that umbrella. And just for our tropical update, just for the namesake, we are still in hurricane season, so it's always best to be aware of what systems are out there. For October, a lot of the systems that form in the Caribbean tend to drift through Florida along the northeast, or along the east coast rather. However, we're not experiencing any kind of disturbances at the time. We're just going to take a look at the Caribbean. Not much going on in the Gulf of Mexico. We do have maybe a couple of slight areas of interest, a slight wave that will be making its way northwesterly. However, it's not expected to become any kind of system within the next few days. So if you're just planning to enjoy the area, just maybe you might want to go, maybe you don't want to go to the beach tomorrow, but if you are making those travel plans, I'm just going to re-elaborate this, make them earlier in the day when the visibility is at best. Just have a nice look at the Atlantic. The National Hurricane System, or National Hurricane Center, has not predicted any storms for this time. There's not too much going on in the Atlantic. And for just going to end at your satellite and radar, we just have a few pop-up showers again. You might want to carry that umbrella tonight. If you're making those outdoor plans for tomorrow, just again, carry that umbrella. It's going to rain for tonight and into tomorrow. Now I will send it back to the desk with Casey and Shane. Casey and Shane, how is it going to look for the next couple of days for you guys?
Thanks so much, Raquel. It's going to look pretty good, but in terms of this day in weather history, on this day in 1910, northeasterly winds were up to 70 miles an hour. And that carried water onto and around Tampa Bay. The water level lowered to 9 feet below the mean. This ended up grounding 40 ships. But also in 2008, what happened to this day in weather history, Shane?
Well, we're looking back fairly recently, Casey, to 2005, when on this day, Hurricane Wilma became the most intense Atlantic hurricane on record, with pressure down to 882 millibars and winds of up to 185 miles per hour, which is remarkable for a storm.
Absolutely, a very serious situation as that tracked through South Florida. But right now we're going to take it over to your last local with Tawana.
Thank you guys. Today was not the best day, but let's just kick it off by telling you guys the high was 86. So it was a little warm, slightly muggy with all that rain in the area, but it's just a little bit above average. Nothing great to talk about. Right now, here in Tallahassee, 76 degrees, mostly cloudy. There'll still be some showers in the area. So guys, if you are out there, bring your rain boots, bring your umbrella, get ready for the rain. Currently, it's relatively cool around the Big Bend region, 76 as I just said, here in Tallahassee. A little bit warmer along the coast, 80 in St. Mark's, 81 in Carabel, and also 81 in Apalachicola. The dew points are relatively high since we have such moisture in the air. The air is literally inundated with water right now. 72 as a dew point here in Tallahassee. 68, a little bit lower, lucky St. Mark's, they're having it 68, and 71 in Carabel, so they're a little bit closer to what we're having right now. For our winds, slightly variable, nothing severe in our area, just kind of going with the showers and storms that are moving through. Generally, they're just going to turn and bring the moisture into our area and just keep bringing that rain as soon as that front comes along. And the front I'm talking about, you see the rain, you see the clouds scooting its way east. It's coming for us, guys. It's ready. It's coming to bring that rain and the moisture. So in the next couple of days, I suggest you keep that umbrella with you. Keep the raincoats, ponchos, boots, anything to keep you dry. We don't want you sick at all. For a futurecast, you can see that stationary front just hovering over us, keeping this air just juicy with the moisture. The rain and the storms are going to stay over us for the next couple of days. And the stationary front is going to slowly start to dissipate as another cold front starts to inch its way eastward. And those are just going to combine to just keep that moisture in the way. And as that cold front decides to scoot on out of here, we're going to have lingering showers, and a high pressure is just going to slowly move in and build that high. So we might have drier conditions on the way. Look forward to it, guys. And for tonight, 66, 30% chance of rain, so remember those umbrellas. And if you are out later, there will be patchy fog, so if you decide to go out to celebrate the games, if you're hanging out for a FAMU's homecoming, remember the umbrella and keep your low beams on. For a day planner for tomorrow, 8 a.m., fog, 69, and going along the day, 5 p.m., we're going to top out at 82, so get ready for that. Just said, 82 for a high, 40% chance of rain. And let's look at the 7-day forecast, guys. Rain stays till Wednesday. I'm sorry, but it's true. And the sun will come out on Thursday. Let's send it back out to the desk with Casey and Shane to wrap things up.
Thanks, Tawana. And for the end of the show tonight, we're going to give you what everyone's waiting for, a sports outlook for the most anticipated game of the Seminole season. What's it going to look like in Clemson, Casey?
It's going to be a little bit on the cool side. In fact, temperatures around kickoff will be in the 50s and cooling off into the 40s, 48 degrees there. Tailgaters, the high will be about 73 degrees in the afternoon. Game kicks off around 8 p.m. Again, number 5, Florida State at number 3, Clemson.
Yes. And for those of you who are on campus unable to make it out to the game, be aware that weather permitting here in the capital city, we're going to have a viewing of the game on Union Green here on campus. So it should be pretty nice, but bring your umbrellas as it could be kind of, well, moist, rainy, definitely.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of that 7-day forecast, we'll see that stationary turning into a cool front, those temperatures going up into the upper 70s as that goes through. But make sure you like us on Facebook. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, and you can watch us anytime on livestream.com/FSU Weather. I'm Casey Cloud.
Thanks. That's all for tonight on FSU Weather. I'm Shane Pendleton. Have a good evening.